Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. In this video we're going to be looking at the latest firmware update for all your Super Pockets. There's been a few changes updated, a few fixes here and there, so we're going to go through the details and have a look at it at the other end. We will try and go through the process as well in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the actual process. It is available for the 4 Super Pockets. I think this is the second update officially. There was a few issues in the last few days. I did try to update this a few days ago, specifically for the Atari edition. It wasn't working for quite a lot of editions of this Super Pocket. I think it was fine for the other editions, but the Atari edition was having some problems. So the updater is now updated. So I'm going to give it a bash now live as we record this video, and hopefully it will update the firmware. There's no patch notes available. I didn't see anything. There's just some sort of minor notes, and Blaze reached out to me and gave me a few extra information bits about what's been updated. Basically, they fixed a save state bug, they fixed some minor bugs, optimized and added stability fixes for arcade games, and I guess the main thing is probably the high score and turbo fire for arcade is now available, just like you can see on all the other Evercade devices if you have that, and general cart stability improvement. So it basically brings the Super Pockets up to the Evercade in terms of fixes and patches for anything that's basically not working, not quite right. I know Sly Spy was also an issue with the Super Pockets. There was a lot of problems playing that game, so I will test that. I have been told it should be sorted now. Not so sure about Chaos Engine, whether that was fixed in the last update. I can't even remember, it was so long ago. But anyway, I'll check some things anyway. We'll go through the update process and make sure it does actually work properly. Now there's 2 different versions here. You've got the Capcom and Taito updater and the Atari and Technos updater. So choose which one is obviously for you, and it is only a Windows updater at the moment. There is Super Pocket updater instructions here. It's basically a PDF. It gives you the process of what to actually do. And the first thing to do is download the relative updater installer and then unzip that onto your desktop or wherever you feel comfortable putting it, and then run the exe file, and then select whichever Super Pocket device that you have. In this instance, I'll be using the Atari edition, and just follow as best as you can. Now, I did have issues with this a few days ago, and I remember it, the first update we done, it takes a few goes sometimes to actually get it to work. So basically, you need to get your charger that came with the actual device and connect it to your PC, laptop, whichever device you're using, and then sort of connect it to that, and then hold the volume up button whilst turning the Super Pocket on, and that really should run, kickstart the process and run it properly. So that's the idea. Let's see if it actually works. Okay, so let's get started. The Super Pocket Atari version is the one I'm going to use. Basically, it's now downloading the zip file, and it shouldn't take too long. It is fairly sizable at 329 megabytes. And once that's complete, you can then unzip that to wherever you feel like. It really doesn't matter. You don't necessarily need to even unzip it. I don't think it makes much difference. You can run it just from inside the zip file. But I guess just for the point of the video, I'll unzip it or drag it outside the zip file, and then we'll run it from there. Okay, so once it's downloaded, it should be in your downloads. Just double click it, or you can just right click it and unzip it, extract all, whichever you want to do, or just go inside it, drag it outside, put it wherever you want, put it on your desktop, put it in downloads, put it wherever the heck you like. It really does not matter. Somewhere where you can access it so that you can actually run the exe file. So that's it outside the zip file now. All you had to do is run the updater. It's pretty similar to the last time, which was a little bit problematic. Basically, it took a few goes to actually run. Now, I know there's quite a lot of people that didn't get it to run, and it can be a pain. But anyway, so choose more info, run anyway. You'll probably get a pop-up which might not actually show on the screen here. It just says basically just run it. Okay, got a pop-up that will come up which says, do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? Just choose yes. You might not see this at present on the screen. Hopefully then this will kickstart the actual updater. You'll get a small box should then appear, and then you can connect your Super Pocket to the laptop or computer, whichever you're using. And there we have it. So we got the pop-up comes up. So what you need to do at this point is choose your Super Pocket. But yep, let's get the Super Pocket connected to the PC as well. Basically, just connect it as you would as if you were charging it, but connect it to one of your USB slots on your computer. Oh, I like that noise. Oh, initializing device. So checking firmware. Hopefully this time. Oh, there we go. We're getting some progress. Well, that's a good sign. Might take a few goes. There you go. Success. Unplug your pocket and enjoy your new firmware. Happy bloody days. So let's have a look at it. Let's get it checked out. Check the high scores. Check a few bugs that have been fixed. Finally, we've got this updated. Now, you can do this for all your Super Pockets. I don't think you necessarily have to unless you have a specific problem. It's not a necessity, so unless you really want them updated, you want those high score saves and turbo fire, then it really is up to you. Personally, I'm not really that bothered. Obviously, I've got other Evercade devices, but if this is your only device to play Evercade stuff, it probably would be something you'd want to do. Okay guys, once you've got it turned back on, hopefully with plenty of battery. Sadly I've not got much left. Just make sure it's fully charged before you actually start this. The battery just went down very, very quickly. May have to attach a cable, but I'm going to test a few of the things that were obviously not right. So the first one I'm going to look at is probably the Atari Lynx collection, inserting that into the device. Now, when you had the Atari Lynx collection in, I don't think you couldn't actually play any of the games on the carousel, as you can see here, which was a little bit of a weird problem. Obviously, you could just take the cart out and it would be absolutely fine. So let's just double check that the games still load fine. There you go. Asteroids works absolutely fine. And we'll go back and we'll check, make sure the cart actually works as well, just to be sure. And we'll just quickly start the game. And that appears to be working fine as well. So that's quite good. We'll just double check the second Atari Lynx collection too, just to make sure that is fine as well. Just quickly start the game. And it seems to be working, I think. Yep, it's fine. So we can just jump straight back in, then go to the carousel. Just double check that one of the games does actually load. Let's just quickly start Adventure. And there you go, it does work. So that bug's been fixed. It's a bit of a silly bug, but at least that one has actually been sorted. Something else I want to check while we're here is obviously the Sly Spy issue. This was on Day's Arcade 1. Sly Spy really didn't perform very well at all. And it was all over the place, especially in certain sections of the game. Really cool arcade game, but yeah, the performance was horrendous. It would be sort of jumping all over the place while playing. And hopefully I've still got my save states where I can sort of jump in to play the game. Specifically where I think it was in the underwater section, which was awful. Oh, it's not going to let me jump into that, unfortunately, I don't think. No, it's not going to let me play that, unfortunately. But let me put this in. I'll maybe start it as normal, because it was obviously, it still had problems anyway. Sadly, I've lost my save states. I guess that's something that might happen when you're updating some of these things, which is always an absolute pain. But anyway, shut up, listen, make sure there's no issues with the sound whilst playing Sly Spy. Does seem to be performing a little better. Sadly though, I've obviously need to get all the way back to the underwater section, but I think it was still jittery at these parts anyway, so I think you would notice the difference. It certainly seems to be performing far better than it actually was. Now, another thing I probably should check, I can't really remember if this was sorted. This is from the Bitmap Brothers collection. Chaos Engine had a bit of a problem whilst clicking in the thumbs, or sorry, the D-pad when playing the game. It would pause the game. I'm not sure if that was fixed last time or that is still an issue. Let me double check it anyway, just in case anyone has that question. I'm sure it was asked in a comment on an old video recently. Yeah, sadly that same issue is still there. If you click in the D-pad, it still pauses the game. So for me, you probably don't want to play Chaos Engine on this. Once things get a bit too frantic, you will just accidentally pause the game all the time. Bit of a shame they haven't actually sorted that one. And I suppose we should check To A Plan Arcade 1, specifically just looking at the high score thing, and I guess Turbo Fire. I'm not sure which game is the best one to actually try. Let's maybe try Flying Shark. So Turbo Fire should be activated on one of the buttons here. They're probably not the most ideal games to be playing on a small screen like this. They're not really meant for this, but if you like these games, then I guess you'll still want to play, won't you? And I really did not start well there at all, did I? So what one is the fire? Which one is the auto fire? Oh yeah, it's Y. So Y is always the auto fire, which is the top button on the Super Pockets. That will hopefully make some of these games a little bit more fun to play. Then you don't need to keep bashing the button to play. And I guess if you do manage to create a save, create a high score, it should save your initials to the high score table. And once you come back to the game, it should still be there. I'm probably not good enough to create one right now, but hopefully it should work. But anyway, guys, that's all the fixes that I'm aware of on the Super Pockets. Hopefully you don't have any issues updating. I had a few teething problems here and there. The sort of Super Pocket wasn't fully charged, and it took me a few goes to actually update. But the updates are there if you're interested. Let me know how you get on, guys, and again, thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.